Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting adventure here with BlasterPro Live, whatever.
It's a little dark in here, or is it just me?
It is looking pretty dark.
It is looking dark. Oh, that one over there, that might help.
Oh, lights.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Stand by.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, you feeling fine?
I didn't knock it. God damn it.
Don't hit your head. That didn't help hardly at all.
Maybe it's just the vibe of today.
Maybe it's just the vibe of today.
I'm just going to start turning on lights.
Wait. Did
Is
you?
that it?
No. Did you mess with the camera the
Yes,
other?
I did.
All right, there it is.
Jesus.
Because it looked yellow.
There it is. Now it looks yellow. So Hayden was messing with
I'll fix it.
the settings on the camera. That's what it is.
I'll fix it.
I was like, we look totally different.
It's only because of the settings.
All
Let's
right.
try this again. Play the intro again.
I'm not playing.
Yeah, just kill the thing. Let's just go back to the beginning.
Let me fix it.
He's playing. If anybody gets motion sickness,
What?
we can see all your
Yes,
bits
we
now.
can see everything that's going on. Now we're black. Now we're not.
Yeah, we are.
And we are back. Yes. Start all over.
I fixed it. I did what I was supposed
Okay,
to.
let's try this again. Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome to another
everybody.
exciting adventure here with BlasterPro Live.
He's drinking the green juice.
Yeah, I got the nickel solution out.
You're not supposed to drink that.
Not supposed to drink the nickel solution. How was your week?
It's been a week.
I don't even want to talk about it because I had to see you all weekend.
I know, right?
Saturday and Sunday. I don't even see my own child that much.
He showed up for the whole thing.
He
I
did.
was recording it.
He did until he got angry at us and left.
I bribed him.
I didn't get angry. I just got tired.
Tired, bored.
It took too long.
I bribed him with Takis.
Takis. We started a what was it? About 10-hour mold making mold project on Saturday, and we got it to this point. And then Sunday we came back and we set up a border and did the front half of the mother mold, and I had to go meet my parents for dinner, so we didn't have enough time to finish it. So that's where we're at. This is a 100% Rodney project.
That way I get blamed if everything goes wrong.
If it looks like crap, it was Rodney. If it looks great, I helped. I have every confidence that this is going to turn out great. There was too much work put in it by you and me for it not to turn out good.
All those positive waves.
All positive waves.
Positive waves, Moriarty. Positive waves.
I don't think anyone serving in World War II was named Moriarty.
British people.
Obviously, the mechanic in Kelly's Heroes was.
Yeah. Kelly's Heroes is actually one of my childhood favorite movies.
It's still one of my favorite movies.
That was you're a Don Rickles fan. Just about any interview or anything that goes back over his history, his life or whatever, Kelly's Heroes always comes up because that is when, and if you ever talk to Clint Eastwood, that'll also come up because that's when Don Rickles and Clint Eastwood met each other and got to know each other. And from what I understand from
We're glitching?
no, from
I don't see any glitching.
oh, I don't see a glitch on our end. Maybe refresh us. We usually do see
Daryl, it's just my face. It does that.
he always looks like he's buffering.
I don't see.
We don't have a glitch on our end. Surprisingly, we don't. All of our stuff looks good. So
It's probably the fastest setup we've ever done.
we did a very fast setup because we were in a very in-depth
We got
conversation
sidetracked.
and got sidetracked because I said, "Oh, we got like an hour and 45
We
minutes."
got sidetracked, and I was waiting for you to stop being sidetracked, but that never happened.
All right, so
So
anyway.
we're buying a pirate ship. I think that was the whole conclusion.
We were going to buy a pirate ship and we were going to make Larry the captain.
Yeah, because he has the most sea hours, so it'll be
That
easier for him to
sounds
get.
Terrible idea.
Amazing idea. You should do it.
I think if we need anyone to,
Like totally unironic.
if we need
Of
anyone to take us to ports unknown, it would be Larry.
Larry. Larry will end up.
Don't forget. We do have a safety net. I'm the Commodore.
You don't have any.
We're going to end up with our own Wikipedia page.
Only reason I'm Commodore. Only reason I'm going to be Commodore is just in case we end up with two boats. I still get to be in charge of both.
You don't end up for their own Wikipedia.
I've always wanted my own Wikipedia page.
This is our way to get it.
Can we be like, what is that? What was that? The South Park? Was it South Park? Where they decided the Civil War wasn't over, their reenactment turned into a real war.
It's the Pirates of the Ohio River.
Oh. No, it would just be a party barge that just floats aimlessly without a rudder.
I've already called Gunner's Mate. Gunner's Mate,
yes.
There has to be gunner. There has to be a gunman.
Oh,
There
gonna
will
have
be.
guns. We've already decided.
Have you met me?
Yeah.
It will do one full broadside. The other side, we don't have enough money for cannons on the other side.
You know,
Gun array of
about that
pool
is
noodles.
You just split the number of guns you have for each side.
It's not as impressive. I'd like to have one side for show, and oh well.
How hard it is to move a cannon around from one side to the other.
Depends on how big the cannon is.
Well,
Fair enough, right?
any cannon that you can't move is a good cannon.
Okay. Would you rather move a 3-pounder or a 6-pounder?
Well, neither are good for naval warfare.
about-
Neither are good.
What about if we switched out the cannons for Congreve rockets?
You might
Hello, Heidi. So anyway, getting back on what little bit of topic we have tonight. This is what we did all night. If anyone wants to see, he's kind of wishy-washy on whether
kind of medicated right now.
he is also medicated. He doesn't know if he wants to work on this tonight, but we do have the other side of the mother mold to finish, meaning pulling away all this, putting mold release, and building up 2 layers of fiberglass just like we did. Oh, and attaching magnets.
How do they work?
I learned this from a friend of mine, Nate. He told me that they were doing this at his work. They were using rare earth magnets to register their molds. And apparently not a lot of people know about it, because when I did when Hayden put together the Mandalorian helmet video, people were like, there's no registration marks. Are you using magnets? All kinds of fun stuff like that. And a lot of people hadn't seen that. So,
Well, this is going to be a joy too, because neither one of us remembers where we put the magnets that are inside.
it is a very, and I didn't remember where they are on this one either. It's very simple. My fingers were already very sicky from the fiberglass. So I just stuck a magnet to my finger, and then I just moved it around, and it went click, and then there you go. So there. What do you say? Income, I still don't have a new laptop, so I'm using.
There's so many jokes here. So many jokes.
There's. Wow. So anyway, still no Matt. We don't have Matt. Matt won't be back for, I think, another 2 weeks, maybe 1 week. Maybe you got one more week. Well, Matt says he'll be back for the game night, which I don't think is fair, because it's Rodney's birthday. And a lot of you may not know, but Rodney has picked the subject for this month. And unless you tune into at least one show this month and you want to just show up for the Blaster on the last of the month, you're going to be in trouble, because what did you pick?
It's a movie about a bug in a beer can and robots and lasers and the same footage from Battle Beyond the Stars.
Jesus Christ. That's terrible.
Sounds awesome.
It is awesome, especially
Terribly awesome.
the claymation little freaking bug.
You know what? The funny thing is, I did tell you once before, the kid in that reminds me of the kid in Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, because everybody had a bowl haircut back then.
It's not the same kid, though, right?
I don't think so.
I hope not, right?
No.
What if it is the same kid?
No, because they became famous. One was like River Phoenix.
No.
Flight of the Navigator. Here we go.
Oh, good Lord. So anyway, we're looking up Flight of the Navigator. We're trying to decipher if it's the same kid from Flight of the Navigator. I kind of think it might be. So do you remember when he comes back after he's gone and his younger brother is now older than him, my brother had that same haircut.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't Flight of the Navigator. I was thinking of. It was the one Explorers. I'm sorry.
You were thinking of
I was
Explorer.
wrong.
So yeah, you were right. River Phoenix. He was the nerdy kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But still, everybody had a bull haircut. So
I know I did mention that similarity last week, and we're actually going to put this to rest tonight.
Joey Kramer,
All right.
who lives with his family in Fort Lauderdale.
Now?
Fort Lauderdale.
No, in the
hopefully-
movie that took place apparently in Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, but I don't remember anything being said about Fort Lauderdale. All right. And then our movie, Space Raiders, 1984 film.
You're lucky we didn't pick Ice Pirates.
That was
Seen the
considered.
first 10 minutes of Ice Pirates.
The
Cried uncle and stopped watching.
was it at the conch scene?
I don't remember that.
Robert Urich. I think Ice Pirates killed his chances.
David Mendenhall.
Two different kids.
Two different kids.
I bet they grew up
But you know what?
very
In the 80s,
people.
They all look the
white
same.
kids look the same.
Really.
Same haircut, same hairstyle, same god awful wannabe
The
polo shirts.
Explorers was an excellent meme. That was actually Ethan Hawke. That's also one
Yeah.
of his early things.
I love the
And
mouse.
I think now, which one was it? I think it's E.T. that the girl from E.T. that he kisses is the Baywatch girl.
I
Look
did
that
not
up.
know that.
Look that up.
All right.
I think it is. I think now we're on child stars and child movies and children. I think the girl that Elliot kisses in the, remember when E.T. gets drunk and Elliot gets drunk at school, lets all the frogs loose, and he kisses the blonde girl? I think it's the girl from Baywatch, who's also the girl who was in, what was the, Under Siege, jumps out of the birthday cake. I think it's the same girl.
Okay.
Do you remember
Erica Maya Elenika,
Alanika?
actress model.
Let me see.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Actress.
She was a Playboy Playmate
Yeah,
Sounds about
in Baywatch. You're correct.
yeah.
And that is a terrible picture.
That's what she, well, that's not that bad of a picture. Anyway, was she in E.T.? It's her in
Yes.
E.T.
Yes. She was in his class in E.T.
Yeah,
She
it's
was
the
the
girl he
Had
kissed
a
in E.T.
video game too.
Yes, actually, that video game is credited with destroying Atari.
Oh, I know where I remember her from. Under Siege.
That's what I said. She's the one that jumps out of the birthday cake.
Yeah.
Okay. We got proof.
Now that we got that
Of course,
established,
Jeff knows she had a video game too.
she had her own video game, not the E.T. Atari game.
No one was in the ET game.
E.T. was in it.
Pixel.
FBI agents.
FBI agents.
Jingling key guy.
Jingling key guys. That is credit.
Now, I heard at one time that Spielberg was afraid of somebody that jingled keys, and that's why there was so much emphasis on that guy's keys. Because it was, he wanted
His
all
childhood?
he wanted all children to have the same fear of janitors he did as a youth.
Wow. I think
I don't
that's
see a video game in here.
Green juice.
The Real Gilligan's Island.
All right, we're done with IMDb. Stop it.
Okay.
So anyway, this month, we'll get back to the contest. That's what we were on. The contest this month is going to be 20 questions trivia. All questions will be provided by the birthday boy, Rodney. I hope everyone will be here to wish him birthday wishes. And
Everyone's going to hate me because of the questions. That always happens.
that's okay. You were used to hate because you get a lot of it anyway. Actually, you get a lot of shut up, Rodney.
Well, back when we were
So-
Division 2, that was our thing. Hate is power.
I was not allowed to talk about something last week because you were going to do another podcast cheating on this podcast.
Yep.
Did you do that podcast?
No.
So can I not talk about it still?
Yeah.
So apparently I'm not allowed to talk about a subject, which is fine because it's a subject I always make him stop talking about because he's talked too much about it already. But I was hoping this would be a vent for you, that you could vent all that.
Oh, no. I bring it out in little Yeah, it's a shtick.
It's a shtick. He's known for this shtick.
The inscrutable Octoman, guys. Look it up.
So, anyway, let's get back. What is the date? It's going to be
12.
it's going to be the 26th. Tonight's the 12th. It's written in big bold letters at the top of my page. On the 26th, last Tuesday of the month, we will be doing 20 questions, Rodney's pick, special Raider, Space Raider.
Space Raiders.
I can't even read my old writing. I thought it was Rodney's pick, Space Raiders, and I said Rodney's pick special. No, it's Space Raiders. It is actually a Roger Corman classic. It is actually worth seeing at least once in your life. If you see it before you see Battle Beyond the Stars, the only thing you really have to look forward to on Battle Beyond the Stars is the guys from the Waltons and Space Cowboy.
Yes.
Or it's like, what does the A-Team, Space Raiders, and Breakfast at Tiffany's have in common? You don't remember his name, do you?
No, I don't. And George Papard.
George Papard.
There we go. I remembered something. It did not have to do with math. I'm happy.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Wasn't he also in Blue Max?
Blue Max, wasn't that like the
World War I flying movie where he was trying to become an ace?
Oh, I don't remember.
Coming up ace.
I don't remember. What was the one that was a ripoff? There were two. Wasn't there a ripoff of Blue Thunder? Or is that Airwolf?
Probably was there. There were a bunch of helicopter things back then.
There was. And then there was Highwaymen where their semi-rigs turned into helicopters.
Yeah. And then what was the one with...
And that was Sam Jones, which was awesome to actually remember Sam Jones. That is Flash Gordon. And he was a highwayman, and he got in a fight with a bunch of Indians, and the main Indian was the sidekick in Renegade.
Want to know something funny about Sam Jones?
What about Sam Jones?
He works for Toyota now.
Selling Toyotas?
Security.
Really?
Yeah.
There's not enough residuals from Ted 1 and 2?
Guess not.
You would thought that would have revived his career. No, I saw him my last Expo. He was at Expo. I saw him at Expo.
The only reason I know that is because I have a friend who used to work at Toyota, and he had to deal with him at the airport.
Wow. That's cool. But anyway, as far as Expo go, or Lexington, it was Lexington that I saw him, toy show, comic and toy show. He was directly across from Chekhov. So you had Flash Gordon and you had Chekhov.
I like Flash Gordon better.
I do too. And right next to him was Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I like Flash Gordon better.
And I sold absolutely no blasters because they're the of 3D printed blasters and guns in general is all over the place. And people go, well, I can go over to this booth and for $60, I can buy a 3D print blaster. Or I can spend $125 and get your blaster.
And what did they find out?
They were buying the 3D prints. But I'm not discouraged.
Did they come in bags like your original one?
No,
did?
they were all finished and painted with all the layer lines and everything. They looked horrible, but people were buying them up like hotcakes. And I was very bummed about it.
Do you remember my first blaster I did? It took me forever. It was 3D printed, getting all the freaking print lines out of.
Yes, I do remember that. And I also remember you modifying an E11 2 or 3 years ago and never finishing it.
It's in a box.
It's in a box. We actually moved it to the dirt room.
I noticed
your
that.
storage space has been expanded, but also demoted. You do have a locker.
Technically, I still don't have all the parts for that.
Okay, why do you have a locker when you have 2 shelves out there, that whole thing, and an entire shelving system in the back?
Because let's face it, I am a hoarder.
It's not a good thing.
You know what's funny is I always ask, what the hell is that? Well, that's been here forever. I don't remember it being here forever. You literally have stuff just hidden that I don't know about.
What?
Well, your ammo box.
Okay, the ammo box is full of tools.
That came here like during the build, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been here a while.
Brought it in. No, I thought he brought it in with the build when we were doing this.
Yeah,
apparently,
I left it in the locker.
It's been here for a long time, and I didn't know.
Now, sometimes I do forget that I brought stuff like the bell.
So anyway, let's do Etsy and Blaster Pro shop. The BlasterPro's.com, it's still broken, but you can at least see all our inventory. And if you're watching this, you know how to get a hold of me. So you can do what I got, what I make.
Jeff, we can't open the thing. We have to finish the thing before we can open the thing.
Yeah, you have to make 2 parts, 1 part, then to make it 2 parts again and then remove it.
And you've seen the thing that's in there. You helped with it.
You have. I think you sanded on this, Jeff. But anyway, I am actually not looking forward to the next coming months.
Neither am I. I got to go to surgery in September.
Oh, yeah. That's how you're going to get out of Expo again, isn't it?
No, because it's like they take me in, they shoot me with a laser, and I come out. So it should be fine.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
it's
anyway.
kind of cool this time because when they did the eyeball injection, I got to see in predator vision. Literally. Everything was weird colors.
And everything has that.
Yes, it was great. I thought it was awesome. I didn't drive right away, but, you know.
But he was looking for Arnold. So anyway, Etsy has been really busy. So everybody out there, thank you very much. We were making new molds this week. We were making molds for this guy here, which you kind of sidetracked me.
Yeah,
but,
I hijacked your entire weekend.
I have some new E11 mold pieces started, and I was able to make some DL44 molds, part molds.
I was told that I purchased way too much fiberglass.
He paired enough fiberglass. It's fine. Like I said, we'll be able to use it. And if that price you got on that fiberglass resin is right.
Well, keep in mind, that was a while ago.
I know, but still, fiberglass resin, even if that was the price you got, it's still probably a good price now, even if it has increased.
Okay.
Ah, see, he did.
Yeah, see, you know what's under here.
So, we did spend a lot of time over the weekend working on this
And bonding.
and bonding. Yeah.
And doing giving bad stuff to Hayden. Have you rappelled off the roof yet?
Yeah, he gave Hayden was given. Well, you gave him the first aid book first, which was
Yes,
very good.
that was
which is good preparation for the second book of the Army Ranger book.
Is anybody surprised that I had a first aid book?
I actually have, and I need to dig this up because I've been wanting to give it to you, sir. I have got a.
The monitor's dying.
Oh, plug it in.
With what?
This one.
This one?
Follow that one. I have got a World War II improvise. Well, it's a World War II ambush / sabotage / whatever in 2 or 3 different languages. Primarily, they were dropped in resistance areas, so it goes into detail on how to create ambushes, crossfire, all that kind of stuff. It's very
Okay, now we are both officially on a watch list.
it's very grim stuff, but it's also basically teaching your regular resistance fighters techniques on how to create ambushes and how to do sabotage and not get caught type things. So it's an interesting piece. It's an original piece. I found it in an old house we owned in Cleveland in 1986. And I've held on to it all these years, and I was actually wanting to give it to you.
That reminds me,
So
I
I'm
do
hoping
have
I
the
can find it.
escape and evasion book. Should I bring that for you next?
Sure.
I mean, that would be the triumvirate right there. You got the first aid, you got the Ranger book, and then there's how to get out of trouble.
There's alcohol in my blood.
That's why you've gotten so quiet.
No.
So anyway, the reason why the Bespin DL44 has not showed up on Etsy yet, and also the custom DL44, is because the M19 scope, which is a DL44, very popular scope for DL44s, and especially for the ESB versions, the mold went bad, and I had to make a new mold. So I haven't uploaded anything because every time here lately, it seems like people do remember what my store had and are just waiting for things to come back. And I've gotten a lot of questions this week and a lot of feedback from Etsy and a lot of people asking about stuff when it's coming back. And it's actually very encouraging because I hadn't heard anything from Etsy for about 8 months. Everything had been quiet. And it seems like when we started putting blasters back on, people are like, huh?
Is a Bousch helmet going up on it?
Rodney
We'll
and I
see how this looks first.
have not decided yet because this is primarily his project. It's all his money. What I've been doing is technical support. Actually, it was much more technical support, but it was all technical support.
Basically what you do is you come up with an idea and you start working on it, but you do it so poorly that Chuck takes it away from you. That's how this works.
It was funny because the entire time he's like, "Oh, I know where I messed up the first time I tried to do this. Oh, this makes total sense now. Oh, you can't do this in a half hour. No, it takes about 8 hours. Dude.
All right. In my defense, the original mold that I did, the very first mold, I came and conversed with Chuck for like 3 hours one night, and
it took absolutely nothing away from.
And then went and tried it my way, which, as we know, I have to do things my way first and waste lots of money and time and energy.
It's probably about $300 you wasted. What?
Yeah.
I know this is well over $300 what we got going on here.
Yes, but this is done right as opposed to...
This is, yes. This is done, even though this is such a strange shaped helmet that I'm not even sure if this mother mold will actually come off easily or at all. But there is a plan B, and there is a modification we can do to this that will maintain the integrity of this mother shell, but allow us to maybe split this again to make it come off. Because
next time, let's put mold release on the frickin'...
You don't need mold release on the clay. This stuff is cold, and wow, that is tough stuff.
I told you.
Let's just put the whole thing in the microwave.
No, it won't fit.
Yeah, we had Hayden running back and forth because I got monster.
We did have Hayden running up and down. He was our, I guess it's a gopher, but he was doing.
He was whining the whole time.
He did not whine. He complained.
Manly like.
Tactfully complained.
Anyway, we like this stuff, and we found out that you can nuke it.
Yes, and actually, our plan is to try and save most of this monster clay. It's an oil-based clay, so we're actually going to melt it, run it through a screen to filter out most of the resin and the BS that's all stuck to it, so we can reuse this clay in the future.
Yeah,
that is the plan.
Because some jackass bought 4 pounds of it.
No, we used 3.5 pounds. So you're not a jackass. You did very good. Have I even finished? We have. Okay, let's finish and move on. This month's contest, everybody. It's all right. Don't get your knife. Do not get your knife out. No knives. There's only one knife you can use, and it's right there on the floor. You see it?
Nope.
It's a butter knife. It's right behind you.
I didn't even bring the big one this time.
I know, but I don't want you to damage the mold. How's that?
All right, that's fair.
I got a whole afternoon in that. So anyway, on the 26th, we're going to be playing. We're going to be doing straight up 20 questions trivia. Since it's Rodney's birthday, and we get to watch the fiberglass, it cuts too. Rodney gets to pick, and he picked Space Raiders is the subject of the contest. So we'll have 20 questions. Rodney is to provide 40 questions, so I can bring it down.
Where do we put the gloves?
Oh, they're right there. Where the gloves always are.
Why would we put things back where they should go?
You should just ask Jeff. Jeff knows exactly where the gloves are. Anyway, the grand prize this month is going to be the Empire Strikes Back stunt version. Do you have our photo ready?
I wasn't told.
Oh, well, go ahead and upload the Muppet Show photo. That's my favorite. Okay, all right. Our director is somewhat inebriated.
No, I'm not. I just didn't have any direction.
He had no direction, and to be honest,
Correction, I mean no direction.
yeah. But pull up the Muppet Show.
I don't want to pull up the Muppet Show.
All right, go ahead, pull up that one.
Because the Muppet Show is a gag. It's not an illustration.
No, but that's where it's most famous for.
No, it's not.
All right. Da, 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 da. So here it comes. The ESP Stunt DL44, that is what we'll be playing for this month. If you tuned in at the beginning of the month, you would have got my 45 minutes on how cool of a blaster this really is. So anyway.
That almost worked.
So yeah, actually we've been busy. I've been busy and you've been making me busier.
Well, I have to go to Atlanta, so.
When are you going to Atlanta?
Sunday, I got to leave for Atlanta.
You going to be back by Tuesday?
I should be back by. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So if not, I might be co-hosting with. I might have Echo as my co-host next week. Or actually, you know what? I would like to see Larry, and I need to see Larry desperately anyway for another project.
Yeah, Larry's.
Are those bots?
Yeah, that's what that is.
We're being botted?
Yeah. Don't worry. I fixed it.
But I wanted to see the naked high definition XYZ dating.
Are you sure?
No.
You don't know what you're going to be seeing, but obviously it's going to come in.
I'm pretty sure it'll scar me.
So anyway, I did do a little bit of work this weekend on the Kenobi, the Ben Kenobi blaster. Here is the frame for the blaster. It is laid out. Oops, wrong side. There we go. The grip fits it very nicely. There we go. So this is going to be the base frame. Once this is cut out, shaped properly, I will be creating a barrel. And then from the barrel, actually, it's funny enough, on the Kenobi blaster, this is the barrel, but on the real gun, this is actually the barrel. That's where the pellet comes out, and this is where the spring is. But this is the actual barrel. So I'm going to be starting on the barrel once this is all cut out and ready to accept the barrel, and then I'll be working on the release and rear sight and all the other stuff that goes with it. So I was hoping to get this project done this week or this month, but things have been working against me. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it done. Plus, I am in full-blown mold making, not just this, but I'm making molds for I'm trying to revive a few kits, like the E11 kits, and I'm also reviving the Force Pike. The Force Pike gets more, hey, are you ever going to make these things again? Come on, let's go.
Oh, come on. It's not that hard. It only takes you what? Hours and hours and hours.
There are a few molds that are very expensive to make and very tricky to make. And like for the E11 folding stock, the last time I made the E11 folding stock molds, I did it twice because it didn't turn out exactly. It didn't turn out at all the first time. It had a lot of issues, and
Cut towards yourself, Rodney.
Cut towards yourself. No, cut towards your buddy, not towards yourself. And
well,
then
I'm cutting towards both of us.
I know. That's why you got a butter knife.
Guys, am I really as dangerous as everybody pretends I am?
Yeah.
To be honest, Rodney, yes, you are kind of dangerous.
My hero is Burt Gummer.
And the speeder bike has been sitting outside
in the rain,
in the sun, in the weather, doing its thing since the 4th of July weekend. We had it out. I was actually thinking about bringing it in here tonight to discuss the plans on what pieces are going to be remade and cast or machined out of aluminum. And then I was going to bring the pieces I've already made out for it also, but
none of you bastards showed up to help get it out of the truck last week.
No, last week's workshop was a little light on people, which is okay. It's fine. It's fine.
But Aaron was here. Thanks,
Aaron was here, thank goodness. She saved the night. She brought beer. So we're gonna have to do some major work to the speeder bike before Expo. It's got to the point where we can't super glue and duct tape it together.
I was going to say there was a lot more duct tape than there was
There
last
is a
year.
lot more duct tape on it than I actually knew. I didn't realize how bad it was until I got till it started getting used this year. So yeah. So speeder bike, we will bring the speeder bike in maybe next week. We got one more week before giveaway night, right? So we might bring the speeder bike in next week. We'll put the body right out here in front of you guys, let everybody see it, see what we're going to be doing to it, what we have to do to it, and what we can glue back together and get away with, which is not a lot. So it's interesting. It's some stuff that needs to be done. We should have done it.
We started talking last year about redoing the whole bike.
Well, what is about? Matt said it was 8 years ago, but I think it was only about 4 or 5 years ago. We did a somewhat rebuild of it.
I'm just saying
and it got
that
half of it got repainted.
according to our time frame that we do stuff in, we've got about 2 more years before we actually do the bike.
I'm starting now. You got to think about the bike is actually going to be 10 years. It's 10 years old now.
It's been here longer than I have.
That is a lot of people climbing on, riding on, playing on, messing with. That is a lot of conventions. That's a lot of cons.
Anything I'm putting together wrong?
That's a lot of miles. That's a lot of people. No, there was one year a dude tried to put it together with a hammer. Okay, so
You yelled at us for not using the kit.
well, I keep forgetting as many times as I've set it up and taken it down that I keep forgetting that everyone else around me, even though it's been done 100 times, no one knows how to really do it right.
But I had a freaking multi-tool. We were
You got
going to use it.
Yeah, I know. And
Oh, yeah.
the problem
In the shop, whoever took my multi-tool and hid it somewhere, I'm coming for you. Unless it's Tony, because I like Tony.
Dude, I honestly have no idea where your multi-tool's at. But anyway, we did. You all right, Hayden? No one knows. Anyway, we have done over the years. We should have got a little thing together. We were gonna do. I remember years ago we thought we would do a celebrity page with all the celebrities that have been on the speeder bike. And go ahead and read the comments for me because I can't see them.
Okay, Project with Larry? Nice.
That's old.
Any thoughts of making a new one or a bark speeder? Clones need love too.
There has been thoughts of making a new speeder bike, and I have actually championed making a new speeder bike because
They're not going to make clone armor.
anytime you do something the first time, you learn all the lessons to go ahead and do it the second time. But to do it right, it's probably a minimum of about $1,500 at today's money. And we did have a few sponsors because we did have Miami Paint sponsor us with. They literally gave us the paint to paint the bike.
How much of this crap do I got to get off?
The clay you want to get as much as possible off, practically all of it.
That might be an issue.
Well, solvent.
Does solvent work on this? We haven't tried it yet.
It's oil-based, dude. Think about it. I bet you lacquer thinner or even a naphtha will take it off.
Hand me the naphtha.
Hayden, go to your right. See the naphtha?
Right's the one that doesn't make the L.
Yeah, that's actually literally how I learned left and right.
I'm still learning.
You're like,
Yeah, that's it.
you know what the funny thing is?
How many shop rag?
How many of these? paper towel above you, right hand corner behind you. You see that? That's how it works.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fail.
So anyway, the speeder bike needs it needs a lot of the wood pieces need to be replaced due to time, age, weather, all the factors that make wood go bye-bye. But like I said, it's been around for 10 years. It's been it's the it's our namesake, Ohio Speeder Bike Pit Crew. So yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to make a clone Bark speeder.
I like
armor.
them. I made one for his Pinewood Derby was a speeder, and it was so the block of wood that you get for the Derby it was so shaved down that we turned it upside down, hollowed it out, and filled the inside with lead because he needed to gain so much weight to be competitive. Remember that, Hayden? Then everything was graphited. We put graphite, lubricated everything with graphite. Even the nails, when they went in, they had graphite on them.
Not sure this is working.
Is or is not?
Not sure. Maybe? Definitive maybe.
So, but anyway, this is actually plastic you brought here.
Oh, high density polyethylene.
Yeah, so that is what I'm using for the frame. Once the frame is cut out, and basically this is a scale I used as the template. This gun is actually not that big. It's actually kind of small. And I grabbed a screen capture of Obi-Wan holding it, and then you realize, oh yeah, it isn't that big. So I thought some of the pictures and some of the things I got were throwing the scaling off until I got these, and I was like, wow, it's really kind of like that small. I mean, so
Want some?
off topic, what I think your Wampa idea. The only problem I think of your Wampa idea is one, our Wampa is about 5 feet too short. I think if we do anything like Tauntaun related, I think we should go with one of our original ideas for the Tauntaun.
Wait, I missed this meeting. Are we dressing up Matt like a tauntaun?
No.
Can we dress up Matt like a tauntaun?
Jeff reached out with an idea about taking the Wampa that we do have and putting and creating a scene, a Tauntaun / Wampa scene that as a photo op.
Okay, I got a brilliant idea.
No, but the problem is, I'm afraid the Wampa is too small.
No.
I mean, we can't.
Jeff, how about this? We give the Wampa its own OnlyFans account.
He's already naked. Now, the Wampa was made because how tall is
Jeff
the Wampa?
or the Wampa?
The Wampa's supposed to be like 9 feet tall.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's the one we have is shorter than I am.
No, the one we have is only like it's not even 5 feet tall. He's like 4.5 feet tall. But it was a forced perspective. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that we need to rebuild the Wampa Cave. I think the Wampa Cave is still something. I don't know.
It's 1,000 pounds, and my blood has been poured over that thing.
The Wampa Cave itself, it did not fare well with. So the Wampa Cave was originally designed to be in 4 pieces or 8 pieces, so it's easily transported and stored. Well, not easily stored, but then the Wampa Cave became top and bottom. And when it became top and bottom, it's huge. The thing's 11 feet wide.
I did not have enough common sense because that was the first thing I was drug into of not showing up again after the Wampa Cave. So I guess you're stuck with me.
So I think the Wampa Cave can be rebuilt or should be rebuilt in the future and bring that back as a thing for us. Because it's one of the things I was actually very proud of. And just like everything else, since we've done it once, we know where we messed up and we can do it again. better the next time,
More better.
more gooder.
Build back better.
So I think we should put the Wampa in storage, retire him for now, and
By storage, do you mean Matt's hallway?
or Matt's man cave. It's in Matt's man cave. But he does need to be. He is going to come back. I think we should bring the cave back, but with all the lessons we have learned building the first cave, we should use that. Are we getting botted again? With all the lessons we learned on building the first cave, and we built that, what, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, that the thing about it, that one, funny enough, I think the Wampa Cave lasted as long as the cell block did, or pretty close.
Well, cell block was before my time, so I totally missed that build.
But you were around when it existed.
Oh, yeah.
So the cell block is gone. The cell block has been replaced by the carbonite chamber, which is what we are going to be
What are you looking at, mister?
I've just seen what you were hitting
Show
it
must
for.
go on.
The thing that's caught me was, well, I'm not even going to say it, but anyway, be right back. All right, Daryl.
Why is it a green check mark?
So when we created, whenever we create any of these projects, they're always done in collaboration with the expo. We kind of let them know what we're doing, and sometimes they give us a little bit of money. Sometimes we self-fund. Sometimes we reached out and got funding from the interwebs. We did a one GoFundMe in our history, and that was the cell block. Most of that, we still ended up spending a little bit of money out of our own pockets, but most of that came from those efforts. And I'm thinking back. But anyway, the speeder bike has kind of always been, though, our original idea. Our original idea was build an ATST, and and you know us. It has to be to scale. It has to be accurate. So the thing has to be close to 30 feet tall.
Oh, it would be beautiful.
It would be beautiful.
I would so fall out of it.
We have yet to come to a position where we could afford or to where we could raise the money to make that happen. But eventually, my goal in life is to eventually tie an ATST, an indoor bunker, and a speeder bike all together in one exhibit.
On the pirate ship.
On a pirate ship floating through the Caribbean without a rudder.
With Larry as captain.
Huh?
What are you looking at? You and the Belgians would get along great.
I would get along great with the Belgians. I'm actually jealous of the Belgians. And
But the Belgians,
dude, they
Get invaded by Germany.
they also got invaded by the French.
what they call
Dutch.
Yeah, no, the Belgians they built the first thing I saw that came out of their work was a life-size TIE fighter. We saw that both at Celebration 5. Yeah, they had I'd say almost half the exhibits that weren't in the back area. Remember the back area where it had some of the cars, and then that X-wing that just seemed like when you looked at it. Remember that one X-wing? There was an X-wing. It was supposed to be a full-size X-wing, but this is at Celebration 5. I'm looking at the X-wing, and there's just something off.
That's as good as we're going to get. That
Okay.
stuff's in cracks.
Okay. So anyway, someone said that our throne was better than what was at Expo
Awesome.
or at Celebration.
That's because I found batteries.
It's because it was screen accurate.
Yeah, I think it was really what it was.
My batteries,
No, it's
my lights.
your lights. It was my design.
Nobody cares about that.
No, what it
If
is.
it blinks, people love it.
I think what it is it's the detail. It's certain details we ended up finding and getting right that I've actually yet to see on another replica chair. But these are also details that we have shared with the internet. Say, hey, you guys kind of don't have it right, but here's the part numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what goes here. We went through, Matt and I sat here at this table right here with a grainy, nasty picture and an entire visible engine kit laying out in front of us, trying to figure out the parts. As a matter of fact, Hayden, if you wanted to, you could go into old show media and find what I'm talking about.
Do not forget the printed up G.I. Joe scaled model that was sitting there forever. What else do we have?
That right there. There you go. See the one with the circle? Left, stop. Right there. There you go. So we don't hold anything back. If anybody comes to us, and we freely, willingly give this stuff up also. But Matt and I literally spent probably almost an hour, maybe an hour and a half, sitting at this table with a crappy picture. But it was a side profile behind the scenes with Mark Hamill sitting in the Emperor's throne. And this is what we came up with right here. That is the piece that no one has been able to identify on the chair.
I remember this.
And it was a real fight for all of us. And if you can kind of see how equally a lot of the pieces do look that are behind this piece. But A55 was our determination after a lengthy debate and talking and looking at everything and how it was assembled. That was the piece that was on the throne. And at this, I think I'm the only time, this is the only time I've ever seen anybody come up with that piece being on the throne. I'm actually kind of proud of that because my own research to build the throne never came up with that information.
Okay, that is something I really want to do is make a his tank.
A life-size his tank?
I've wanted to do it since I was like
Isn't
8.
that thing that looks like a snowmobile mixed with one of the
Yes, Cobra!
50s?
What the heck? You raised your hand and there's like crap. Just
I'm covered in crap.
Did you see it? It's like, it's like, what an art, get over.
Larry'd help me make a his tank.
So there is something I'm not proud of.
What is that?
I don't know. Have I ever told this story before?
You caused the Hindenburg disaster?
About my G.I. Joe fraud?
You left it all behind in California.
Yeah.
No, okay. I will tell you some of the great tragedies of my life. And one of the great tragedies of my life is when I moved from Southern California to Indiana. My parents informed me that there was not enough room for some of my things. So I asked, what can I not bring, Mom, Dad? Well, what actually happened was there wasn't enough room in the moving van. My parents had the biggest U-Haul you could get, plus they bought a trailer. And my stuff could not fit in the trailer or the U-Haul. And what I had to leave behind was
about $40,000 of collectible merchandise
in
today.
Southern California. In 1989, I threw a USS Flag into the dumpster. And on top of that USS Flag, I had to toss a Terradrome. So the two crown jewels of my Cobra and G.I. Joe collection.
Anyone's collection.
Not anyone's. Most kids never got the USS
Anybody
Flag.
who is collecting now, that would be the crown jewels in their collection.
I had to throw the flag away. I also had to throw the Terradrome away. So all I still have is the loudspeaker from the flag, and I saved all the doors, not the bat, what's the jet, the little thing that came out of the Terradrome. Anyway.
I don't know. I didn't have one.
I saved the doors with all the control panels and everything, the compartments around the Terradrome and the big guns on the Terradrome. I saved all those pieces, but the Terradrome itself, the main body, is in the garbage. So I threw a doorless, gunless Terradrome away. But the flag, the way the flag is made, it's modular, but they're big pieces. So I couldn't save anything from the flag. So the flag, the entire flag, everything, the bridge decks, the below decks, the elevators, the flight, everything went in the garbage.
Firebat.
The Firebat, yes.
Struck a nose.
I still have the Firebat. I had the Firebat, all the doors, the control panels, and the big guns on top of the Terradrome. That's all I have from my Terradrome.
I still want a his tank.
I have a his tank.
No. Real his tank.
Oh, back to the HISS tank. I have a real HISS tank also. Back to the HISS.
No, I mean one that we can drive.
No.
We'll work on that, okay?
You get a snowmobile and then build up the crap on it.
And a HISS tank is
It's
actually
bigger
bigger than a
than a
snowmobile.
snowmobile.
I know, it's about as big as a
So,
Honda Civic.
probably circa 1987, I sent a letter because you had the mail order. You can mail away and get GI, mail order
Flag points.
GI flag point, yeah, all that stuff.
Flag points.
So you could do that, and I sent a letter. This is horrible. This is freaking horrible. I don't know where I got this idea. This is 87. So I sent a letter off saying, I ordered this, and I ordered this. I haven't received it. What's going on? But I never ordered anything because you had to send a check. They sent me those toys. Is this the first year hearing this?
Suckers. I would totally be all for that.
That
Screw
worked?
Hasbro.
It worked.
Screw Hasbro.
No, don't screw Hasbro.
Yes.
Hasbro
Who
has.
cares?
They have brought great things to all of us.
They brought me joy as a
Who
child.
cares?
I actually have felt bad about this. I mean,
Hernan!
we're talking. Hernan, how you doing?
Hey, Hernan!
We're talking about 80s toys.
I'm bearing my soul here. I have actually felt bad about that this entire time. I never had a HISS tank. I always wanted a HISS tank. It never came up at Christmas time. I didn't get one at Christmas time. And I was desperate to get one. And I wrote that letter thinking, I don't know. I actually got
His tanks.
no, I got the HISS tank and the little 4x4 truck with all the missiles on the back.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I got 2 vehicles from Hasbro because of a lie.
You committed fraud.
I
That's what you
committed, and I used the mail system, so I guess I created
Mail fraud.
Oh,
did. I think the statute of limitations is up on that.
I don't know. The federal offenses, I might be going to federal. No,
No, they don't even use those
I
toys.
truly.
Pretty sure they came up, is up in 94. So I think you're okay.
You know what? So in a way, if you look at it this way, me having to throw my flag away and my Terradrome away was me having to pay penance for my fraudulent claims. At least that's how I sleep at night.
All
I
is
thought-
just.
I thought Matt was the price we paid for all our transgressions earlier in life.
No. I never thought in a million years that something like that would work. And there, someplace, somewhere, someone did something like that, or someone told me about something like that to allow me to have that thought come into my mind. Because that never would have, in 87, I don't even know how old. Well, I guess I was at an age where I could have come up with something like
12.
that.
You can 3D
Yeah, I was
print the
12.
Terradrome.
Huh?
You can 3D print the Terradrome.
It's not the same, Jeff.
I wonder if I could 3D print the Terradrome and then fit the Terradrome parts I have in it. Dude, you know how it used
Do
to
I have
open?
to bring up my giant
Do you
printer?
remember it opened up? The Terradrome, one of the things about the Terradrome
No, I
was,
never had a Terradrome. It's a sad moment in my life because I love
It's
Cobra stuff.
That's all you guys are.
I had the Rattler.
I have 3 Rattlers. I still have 2. I have 2 Rattlers. One of them has all the clean panels on it, and the other one has all the battle damage panels.
Yeah, those are cool.
And I always like flying the battle.
On assignment.
Matt is on assignment. Indianapolis.
If you look really closely at all the photos from the Webb telescope, you can see Matt.
Yeah, he's
He went home.
Yeah, keep going on.
So anyway,
Thank you, Jeff. Yes, I don't have a Terradrome.
I had a Terradrome. I was. I will tell you this. I was a wheeler dealer and very crafty as a young boy, and I was able to acquire my USS flag from a set of twins, the Carvalho twins. I acquired the flag from those guys, and what I used in trade. Now, this is something that's kind of amazing because in the trade, I secured the USS flag and the battle platform, the one that fits out in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I secured both of these toys for the mobile command center. The one that opened up like a tackle box?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I had. I had the mobile command center, and I love the mobile command center, but the chance of getting the flag.
Trumped it.
Yes.
Me too in 10 minutes. What does that mean?
Je ne sais pas.
There's 2 Rodneys?
There are 3 Rodneys. Well, there are 2 now. There were 3.
Oh.
So, yeah. I never told you about the mail fraud, though, huh?
I mean, yeah, I think I remember something about that.
Jeff, shut up.
Let's just say.
Shut up! About overpriced out.
I don't want, Jeff. That is too hard. I don't want to relive this. I was organizing the dirt room a couple years ago, and I opened up a box, and that box only has Terradrome parts, and a tear came to my eye because I thought of Terradrome and then flag, and then I had to close the box and put it away. So some of my stuff I have not seen literally since we moved from California. Those boxes have been sealed all that time. When I moved from California to Indiana, I was kind of at that weird age anyway where I was like, toys, ooh, girls, toys, girls, toys. And then it's just like I didn't unbox anything because, A, I was a new kid in school. I had a lot of hormonal issues going on.
Really?
Yeah, all kinds of shit. It's like, okay, elementary school, sucks to be a new kid. Junior high school, sucks to be a new kid. It also sucks to be a teenager, and then you add new kid, teenager. G.I. Joe shit never did come back out again. I did not unpack G.I. Joe until he was like 8 years old, or I don't even remember. Remember what age you were? But I started pulling G.I. Joe stuff out. We started messing with it together. So, and he still has never seen the complete collection. He's never seen. Like, if I could fill one whole bedroom of our house with G.I. Joe stuff that's all disassembled in boxes, hydrofoils, the hovercraft, what's the black jet?
The Raven?
The Raven. I got the Raven. I can't even remember all the names of the stuff. I got the G.I. Joe base. I got early G.I. Joe. I got late G.I. Joe. I even got like stuff after Serpentor. You know, I've got all that kind of stuff.
Did you have the Russians?
No, I got out of it before then.
So when we build our pirate ship, I bet we go impress Hernan.
But I will tell you this, and I know everyone out there will be jealous. I have 2 frogmen. Those 2 frogmen have both sets of fins, their spear guns, their backs and their breathers.
So everything we lost inside of 5 minutes.
Everything you lose as soon as you open the damn package, I have them all. And they are the originals, not the combat packs. The combat packs, all that shit comes in different colors. Because you know what? I'm a genius. At 7 years old, I bought the combat packs with my lunch money and put all my G.I. Joe original equipment away with their cards. So I played with only combat packs.
I blew up Breaker with an M80.
So basically, you're Sid is basically what you are. Matter of fact, you do look like Sid.
I would like to think of myself more along the lines of Burt Gummer.
You know Sid, right? You know
I know Sid.
First toy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You make your movie reference, I'll make mine.
All right, fine.
We're over time. You want to keep going about G.I. Joe?
We have an audience. You want to keep going?
Sure.
Tell us your favorite childhood toys.
Oh.
Breaker was, one of my favorite G.I. Joes was an obscure G.I. Joe. He was the guy that I think he came with the Skyhawk with it had helicopter legs, but it had jet engines.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I had 2 of those.
I can't remember what his name was, but he is the only G.I. Joe that I actually do have whose rubber band broke. I don't know, there's something about him.
Did you use an M80? Because that does it.
No, his rubber band broke because of play and fun. But I have the G.I. Joe checkpoint, I used to set literally. I had the base and I put the checkpoint way up here and I had a barbed wire that went around the base. So you had to go through the checkpoint.
Did you get all the different checkpoint things like the 50 cal and all that?
Yeah, it's the one kit with the door, with a tower, with the 50 on top. Yeah, I got all that.
They sold all those separately too.
And then they had the G.I. Joe bivouac where it's like a tent or a half a tent, a shelter, and it's got like an ammo. Yeah, and I got the ammo dump. I had
Jeff,
bomb.
Can we get you to cosplay Breaker? I can make a big M80.
I had the bomb disposal unit, which came down and grabbed the bomb and did all that kind of stuff. I had the bomb transport unit, which sat on the deck of my flag, and it was there to put missiles underneath my Sky Striker.
Did you know that's how they came up with the iRobot, the little vacuum robot thing?
No.
That originally was designed to pick up unspent ammunition off of the runway.
Wow. Huh. No, I can tell you my
or unexploded ordnance.
What was the pilot's name? Does anybody remember what the pilot of the Sky Striker was? Anyway, I don't have his helmet. He had that clear dome. And
are you talking about the space guy, or
no? He had it looked like a space flight suit. He was the only one that had this elaborate. It almost looked like an astronaut suit, and it had a dome that sat on top of his helmet. It was his helmet. It was a dome, and that and my 2 vertical tails, they're broken. So you can slot them in place. They'll stay, but if you get any real jiggles, they'll look like that.
That's kind of how they all went.
Wild Bill's not right. He was the helicopter pilot.
Yep, he was for the wannabe Huey Cobra that I can't remember the name.
It looks like a Cobra.
Yeah.
But I got the hovercraft, and the hovercraft.
Firefly. Was it Firefly?
No. I can't remember what his name. Anyway,
Dragonfly.
The hovercraft is cool because it has a little skiff boat or a little rafty thing, and it has a little motorcycle in the back. It drops depth chargers out of both corners. You just pull a lever and close it, and a depth charge rolls out, and it has 4 missiles on the sides. The missiles, since I have younger brothers, so whenever we would get something,
they have teeth marks in them?
No, we would get all the same thing. And then through time, I would acquire my brother's collections. But usually their stuff was never kept as well as mine. So I only have 1 hovercraft instead of 3 hovercrafts. But I have missiles, and I had enough hovercraft missiles to outfit a garage sale Wolverine that I bought. The Wolverine has all hovercraft missiles in it. And guess what? When you stick hovercraft missiles into a Wolverine, they don't come out. That's just Dragonfly. Yeah. Ace. There you go. See, they're all on it. We're all going back to the 80s tonight. You know, heaven forbid we start talking about Voltron.
Da, 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 da,
Or Thundercats.
da, da, da.
Or He-Man.
Or Silverhawks.
But go on to an hour and a half.
Yeah, excuse me. Hour and a half. Kill my mic.
I can't kill your mic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not on the thing. So, Rod,
Your microphone.
what toy disappeared that you love the most?
I actually had a Robotech figure. The guy who had the motorcycle, and the motorcycle would turn into his armor, and it stood about maybe 15 inches tall. It was freaking awesome.
Battletech. Battletech.
They still sell Battletech, Robotech.
What's Robotech?
Do what? Well, one was made by FASA and was a fun game, and the other one was an anime.
See, now the thing about
I like the game.
Robotech was Robotech after school. There was an era when I think I'm trying to remember. Anybody correct me? Was Voltron? This is not in real chronological order. This is what was introduced to us as kids.
Which Voltron? That's gonna
Was
be
no
next
the
question.
original Voltron.
Okay.
Not
Cats.
none of the other stuff. I can't remember which came first, but I think Voltron came first on after school cartoons, and then Robotech was later on. I loved Robotech, and Robotech taught me a really important thing. Robotech was the first cartoon I ever saw where they killed main characters.
Star Blazers came. I remember seeing Star Blazers first.
See, I don't remember.
Voltron,
I remember stuff like He-Man.
but even before that was my personal favorite, Captain Harlock.
I was thinking, what do we got? Mask, Alley Vipers, Kenner Falcon. It's kind of funny because there's all these little
Trace or non-trace?
there were all these little images, and one of the images was I didn't have any He-Man toys. Like I didn't have Castle Grayskull or anything like that. But
I had Castle Grayskull.
somewhere along the line, what were those shrinky things? Remember, you color them, put them in the oven, they would
Shrinky Dinks?
Shrinky Dinks. I had the He-Man playset Shrinky Dinks, where they were regular plastic, and you colored them in. Then you cut them out, and you put them in the oven. They shrunk down and thickened up. Then you put them in the stands. So I had the Castle Grayskull, which was a cardboard Castle Grayskull, and another playset that all combined together as good and bad, and it was all Shrinky Dinks. So anybody remember Shrinky Dinks?
I remember Shrinky Dinks. Do you remember when you could buy those little, they were like fold-out things, and then you had little stickers, but they weren't stickers, and they were on a transfer paper, and you'd scribble on them to make the scene?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what those were called.
I don't either. You know, I was thinking the other day, and something I wish this guy could experience was when we go on vacations, my parents would buy the cassette and the book that it came to. I think you could actually, for the longest time, the only place these things still existed was freaking Cracker Barrel. But you could buy.
When you hear the sound, turn the page.
Yes. And I remember going on road trips, and we had like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We had Empire
And it was
Strikes
a whip,
Back.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like an audio cassette, and then you turn the page, and then you get to
Color forms.
Color
Thank you,
form.
Daryl.
There we go. Yeah, the boy is never. He grew up pretty much fully digital, where everything he has never had something say, "Turn page." Ding. At the.
Yeah, but those XP age.
Did you XP? His memory.
We don't mention XP.
His memory starts at XP. So
We don't mention XP.
I played Age of Empires and learned about Cain and Abel and the people killing each other for.
The only Cain is the Brotherhood of Nod.
Oh, if you want to talk about Cain roaming the earth forever.
Brotherhood of Nod.
So anyway, I remember.
Any other Brotherhood of Nod people here? Raise your hand.
You know what? There's a lot of things. I haven't actually. What were they called? Let's see.
Color forms.
Color forms. So anyway,
Where are we at in the ramble?
so one tragedy.
There's another one's comedy.
So I will take you guys back years. We'll go back to the 80s. My brother and I decided that my Star Wars collection and my G.I. Joe collection were nice enough, but my brother was leaning more towards Star Wars and I was leaning more towards G.I. Joe. And I tell you the reason why is the vehicles were more plentiful, cooler because you could open them up, have the engine bay and all that crap. The figures had more articulation. So I made a trade with my brother in 1988. I traded all of my Star Wars to him for all of his G.I. Joe to me. In that trade, there is one thing that did go, and it was the shuttle. The Empire Strike, the
Lambda shuttle.
The Lambda shuttle. That did go, and strangely enough, the only piece of the Lambda shuttle that still exists, I actually have in my possession. It's the big third wing, the tail. I still have it. I don't know how I ended up with it. I don't know. But somewhere after we graduated high school, my brother was in college at UC, and he met some guys, and they were doing some sort of photograph, whatever thing. And they came to the house, and he was telling them about all the Star Wars stuff that he had, which was our collections. I think the Millennium Falcon that he had was ours together. Like it was a together gift. You know what I'm saying? So he let these guys have that stuff. And then those guys were like, hey, what else you guys got? And it's like, oh, my brother has a lot of BattleTech stuff.
I'm not part of that.
BattleTech or Robotech?
I mean, so a lot of Robotech. I had 2 of the Robotech fighters that they were transformable.
The Veritech fighters.
The Veritech fighters. I had 2 of them. I had.
Did your vernacular?
I had the Hero, and then I had what was the one guy that did die? That was the like his mentor. Like you know what I'm saying? I can't remember. Anyway,
Fokker?
I had 2. I had the one with the skulls on. Anyway,
I think it was Fokker.
yeah. Anyway, I had 2 of those. And they were, one was built, one was not built. But you could build them, you had to build them in the configuration. You had 2 configurations, full mech or robot, half with the wings still out and everything, or you could do it in the fighter configuration. So I had built it in a way that you could undo what I'd done and change configurations. And I was not at home. I was at work, working my first job after high school. And he let them take that stuff too, on the promise they were bringing everything back. They never brought anything back.
He never saw them again.
Never saw them again.
You're just full of sad stories, aren't you?
Aren't you to sign off? I was going to tap a pull tab.
Jeff's talking about Captain Power, Jonathan Power, the post-apocalyptic TV show that lasted for like a week.
I think I've seen an episode of that.
But anyway, Choose Your Own Adventure. Remember those?
Yeah.
Are we the first generation of Choose Your Own Adventure? When did they come out?
I think we are, because they were
I think
popular.
weren't they a product of the 80s?
They were a product of the 80s. That's how I learned not to grab the laughing gas as opposed to the oxygen when your spaceship's crashing.
But anyway, I mean,
NO2 and
you start digging into
two
childhoods, and you start my toys. There were some important toys in my past that were other kids' toys. You know what I mean? Like, not even my generation of toys, but they were still around, so they ended up being an important part of my life.
Like
and,
the Godzilla that launched its arms.
or Evil Knievel toys.
Ooh, Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel toys. And you know what? A lot of that Evil Knievel toy stuff also led back to like Scooby-Doo. You know, or you know, you remember Scooby-Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters and all that stuff? Remember? Does anybody remember watching Gilligan's Island as a kid, as a young kid, and seeing the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island?
My Marianne is a great song.
Oh. So anyway, I hope, although that was not the plan for tonight's kind of went down memory lane. Who said Babylon? Oh, so I was saying I was kind of an adult for Babylon 5. I think if anything, there's several properties I do believe need a real reboot. Babylon 5 is one. There was so much there, and there's enough there that Babylon 5 could actually exist today. It would have a lot of bullshit drama more than it had before, but I think it should exist today.
Baywatch Nights.
What's that?
Baywatch Nights.
Baywatch Nights? No. Did you know? I didn't know Jason Momoa got his start on Baywatch. I actually thought it was Stargate Atlantis, but it was freaking Baywatch. Anyway.
That lasted like a week, didn't it? Baywatch Nights?
I don't know. I was already out doing my own.
It was like, we're going to mix the X-Files with Baywatch. What?
How? How do they even do that?
But no, you know, if you think about it, I remember living in Kentucky pre-1980, and I remember my best friend, who he was an only child, so he kind of got a little bit of everything. His name was Clint, and he had the Death Star playset. He had almost all of the original Star Wars toys. You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader. He had all that stuff. And I remember coming back after we moved away, like a couple years later, we're coming back. This is like 1981. We came back. He had an AT-AT. He had a snow speeder. I remember when I got my snow speeder, I was so happy. I was so excited. I was so happy. Now, the snow speeders, I got a snow speeder. My brother got a snow speeder. In the G.I. Joe trade, my snow speeder went to my brother, which my snow speeder was more intact than his because I was a lot better with my toys. And all that, the snow speeders, the Bespin fighter, the two people guy fighter, all that stuff, the Millennium Falcon, even I think the shuttle, all that went to those guys that came over. They got all that stuff, and it never came back. Yeah.
I'm going to have to get Larry and go through the barn.
Is there a lot of shit in the barn?
There's shit in the barn.
The barn is like a gigantic time capsule.
Yeah, full of crap.
And degradation.
Yeah.
Everyone's signing off.
All right. We're going to let you guys go also. We're not going like last week. We went, 3 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours. Alcohol-fueled 3 hours last week.
Yeah, we went frog hunting in the last 20.
Yes, we did. Thank you, everybody. Next week, we will have much more. We actually may have a recap. You know what, Rodney?
We are working on a video on this.
You do not have this weekend off, though, do you?
No, I do not.
So that means tomorrow night we'll be glassing this in and gassing everyone out. We have our vacuum system working right now, just in case that's what you were going to do tonight. But anyway, Next week, what we might do is I have a little bit of onyx laying around, so I have some rotocast resin that we can test this helmet out. If we're able to finish the mother mold this week, next week we'll have this up. We'll rotocast and see what happens if we can get this off. If not, we'll be fixing everything.
And we still have to make the dump molds for this too.
Yeah, there's a lot of greeblies and a lot of things that go with it, but it's a good project. It's a worthy project for you to work on, and I'm actually proud to be part of it.
This is my journeyman project.
Yeah. So anyway, do you have anything to add?
My pantalones están fuego.
All right. Well,
You ready to sign off, Hayden?
very.
Very much so. All right, everybody. I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the fun and
Space Raiders.
Space Raiders. Don't forget Space Raiders. It is free on YouTube. We checked, right?
Yes, we did.
It is available on YouTube. Go ahead and watch it with crappy commercials, but it's worth the watch. It is a time capsule in itself, to be honest.
It is
And you'll actually
80s B film.
the funny thing is, half the actors in it, you'll like, I know
that person.
I know that guy. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Nighty night.
Bye-bye.